in day 3.
Oh, here we go. Kickoff pending and redemption on the line for TSM. And it will start off with Ocelon pushing it over into the orange half. Remco sizing up a challenge here. Extra taking his time with it, and under pressure still grabs the boost and the ball. Alpha, like they said, dominating player in that series versus Reciprocity. Long pass to Tigre, just off the mark. Can't find a second effort touch either.
And you can see Remco trying to pass this ball down to Alpha. The shot coming in. Great vision from Remco there as he drops this down for Alpha.
Yeah, Extra really just trying to pass that ball up to Ocelon. However, not really aware of how much danger he's going to be in if it gets stolen away. And Remco really does just steal that off the wall and set it up. So a nice steal from TSM to set up the first goal. Just past the 30-second mark. And a great start for TSM and a much better go with things than day one for sure versus GCR.
Yeah, GCR, yeah. Like we said, GCR has already taken down TSM. Jake didn't even remember their name, so don't feel bad at Chiefs.
Thank you.
But GCR, you know, they're trying to get people to remember based on their play, and now they're finally on stream showing us what they've been doing off stream.
Tigre actually had a free roll around, but I think TSM just recognized they weren't under any pressure there. Ocelon into the middle for Tigre, stretching, can't reach it. Alpha off the ceiling, and so close. And Extra and Ocelon have a chance to clear the ball together.
And TSM against Reciprocity, he had 2 solo goals that got the wins for them in those games. Alpha, such a deadly player.
Nice job from Tigre rotating back after Remco misplayed that ball in the sidewall. Sort of drove right up to where Remco's lane down into that ball was going to be and pushed him off it. So nice play from Tigre to buy some time here again in the midfield. Extra under pressure and able to dodge the demo, but cost him the boost. Thankfully, Tigre was able to win the ball in the midfield.
Yeah, and a big win there. It's really slowed down the attack. Alpha was sniffing around, hoping that Tigre wouldn't go for it, hoping he could get a challenge, but Tigre just quick to the ball. And you heard them talking about it in their interview. All 3 of them feel very comfortable with their individual skill and their speed.
Well, here's a chance to show it. Unfortunately, Metso wins the ball down to Alpha and actually all the way to the GCR half. Ball for Remco. They went for the bump in the net, and Ocelon thankfully has a chance at it. Alpha just too quick. Bounced out onto the wrong side, though. And TSM struggling to get a clean center off. Extra long clear, tips off the ceiling and stolen away by Ocelon on the midfield line. Remco has to buy a few moments to make sure Alpha gets set, and actually Ocelon still able to get the ball into the middle, but Tigre waiting a little bit too far away. Extra gives some ground. Here's Alpha. He's going to tip it up for a teammate. Remco to shoot and actually won't have a chance at it. Can't get all the way onto the right side of the ball. And TSM will have to look elsewhere.
But you can see how quickly that Alpha was just trying to get up there to just go for the beat. You know, he knew that he would have 0 time to go for a double tap or anything, just from the speed that GCR is showing.
Tigre tips sideways. Alpha going to lose the race. Ocelon can't find the second touch and just push towards that backboard of GCR. Tigre looking for Ocelon. Here comes Extra and Tigre down the pitch. Alpha not able to hang onto the ball cleanly. Extra will steal it away. It's like keeping the ball as close as possible. Nice challenge from Ocelon towards the net. Easy stop for TSM.
But we are seeing, you know, a lot of passive play. We heard from Jake when he was up here saying that Metsonaris, you know, a little more passive than they prefer. We'll see if someone other than Alpha for TSM can start scoring goals.
Well, it definitely does feel like all 3 members of TSM have definitely been aggressive for challenges and not willing to let GCR outspeed them, in my opinion. Well, here's Ocelon towards the net. Easy save. And that's one where experience really comes into play. That's a dangerous ball in most scenarios, but Ocelon really not able to muster a strong shot and really put TSM under some pressure there on what's, I feel, probably been their best scoring opportunity all game.
But still coming up short in time, ticking away as more shots from TSM come in, but a good counterattack, great pass, shot,
oh mama!
Crossbar down, a laser beam.
High fives all around for GC. GC Aura. Tigre just lifts it upfield. Go and get it extra. And boy, did he. Oh, man.
So quick on that counterattack. Tigre, got to credit him. He put that right up there. A perfect ball to extra. And then a perfect shot to match.
Is that the type of stuff they've been scoring to go 3-0? Because I believe it, if that's why. Down into the middle, out of nowhere, TSM.
No, double commit.
Fighting to avoid OT, double commit indeed. Mets just able to win the ball and keep it in the blue side of things, but is it enough to avoid overtime? Doesn't feel like it. Extra just crushes that ball down to the other end, and maybe we'll have the last chance here. Remco will make sure nothing comes of that. So again, another overtime. We've had plenty of that today.
Oh, we certainly have. Overtimes after overtimes. And Alpha has been an overtime star.
Alpha looking for Mets on the backboard and actually kind of run some interference on the members of GC Aura. Nice read from Extra. That's a tough ball to handle when it goes over your head so fast and off the ceiling. And you must make the perfect read immediately. It's a big stop there. GC Aura trying to figure out this TSM corner approach. Bumps Alpha off the ball. Tigre really trying to get aggressive and show some strong support. Keep this ball stuck in that orange half, but not for long. Remco up the pitch. Alpha was off grabbing boost though, which means TSM going to be struggling a little bit. Alpha wants to pass. Unfortunately, I think he had the back post. Just couldn't get the shot off.
And a good clear from Remco. Great power on it. He was actually able to follow that downfield, get that corner boost steal. Aslan going to get to that ball first, but he misses contact, but does get that demo.
Brings it right back. Metsa quick to the wall. Knows that there's danger here. Alpha in the one-on-one. Goes right towards Extra. Can't get the stop. And of course, Alpha delivers another one.
You know, what does he bench press? What does Alpha bench press? Because he is carrying both of his teammates right now. He is a force. Alpha 54, the 1v1, gets the flick to win the game. And again, that decider, the decision maker is Alpha.
And you know, a lot of speculation from a lot of people during RLCS 7 about should he have won the MVP. Well, he's definitely put up some great numbers for TSM. And you can see it was definitely a deserved award.
Well, you know, he was one of those players that has identified himself as elite. Alpha, one of those guys that could just win you those games. And he just won him another game here. Alpha getting that first goal off the pass from Remco. And then this 1v1 situation. Alpha, a great catch. And then just a well-timed flick. Extra just couldn't get to it. And Alpha doing work.
And the reason it's tough for Extra to deal with that ball is because it's a quick dribble. He doesn't have time to slow down and try and play shadow defense and really manage his speed going into the net.
Alpha didn't give him any time to think.
Exactly.
You know, he had that first touch into the shot.
And it was tough to handle because he really did have to keep tracking back towards the net and just didn't have time to take a small cut to the right and really make sure he got all the way around that ball. So just beautiful execution on that catch and shoot from Alpha. Leads to a Game 1 win for TSM, and now you're 1/3 of the way through.
But we did see that one play from GCR, Tigre on the counterattack. That was a stunning shot, stunning pass. They went the full distance of the field in what seemed like 1.5 seconds.
And you'd love to see a little more of it, but TSM have definitely not made it easy.
And we'll see if GCR make any adjustments. They see that Alpha is doing a lot of this work. We'll see if they start trying to get in his face, taking him out of the play.
Remco and Alpha actually both in the same spot on the pitch, which means Mesa has to wait a moment before he can go for that challenge. Took away the corner boost, though, and is really applying pressure on the goal line quite nicely. Alpha trying to just force GCR to make a poor touch, and right now they are just stuck pushing that ball into their corner because they haven't been able to find a strong clear. Here's their first real chance at it. And even still, there's not a lot of boost to work with, so still having to battle for possession with these challenges.
And we saw the idea there from Metzenars. He tried to get that center. He had the opportunity to go for a shot or a pass. His pass, however, just didn't find its mark. So I want to see more from Remco, more from Metzenars. And a miss hit there. Center ball to Aslan, and he doesn't hit it. Still, they're all out. And Extra's going to put this one in. as the TSM defense was scrambling.
Yeah, Alpha forced to hit the brakes after a miscue between Metza and Remco as for who should go for the ball, and it results in a ball just dropped right into the middle of the box. And then they just pick the gap that they can't reach, and the follow-through comes from Extra. And on the board first is GC Aura.
And just a defensive mistake there from TSM. See how they bounce back.
Well, they might have to deal with another one. Nice job from Remco. Easy to get a little too antsy there and own goal it. Alpha catches a pass and it's wide open. That's just a product of right place, right time, and goodbye.
Yeah, this is your worst nightmare. A ball comes off a pinch right to Alpha. Anyone but Alpha as he just blasts that one from downtown.
And it's like the execution from GC Aura isn't even really that bad. You know, both players are rotating back. It's just the challenge went just wrong enough to go right onto his nose, and they just didn't have the time. It's unfortunate, but what can you do?
It's a nightmare. Done. It's a nightmare for GC Aura.
Well done for Metza to just pop that ball into the middle, and Alpha in the right place, capitalizing. Alpha off the backboard, actually going to stick with this ball and really force GC Aura to come get it. Metza around one in the corner. Ocelon to support. Remco helping out from the midfield. Over Alpha's head, he's definitely going to let Metza take this. Chip to the left. Ocelon, great read. Popped into the middle for Extra towards the net, and Remco is just in time to kick it off the ceiling, and TSM dodge a bullet.
Yeah, that was a similar play to the one Alpha just scored on. Challenge that led to a pinch that kicked it out right into the middle. Extra couldn't find it. And now Ocelon missing connection there, but still Extra staying with it. Going to bounce it back, testing Metsonaris.
Race to the ball results in TSM possession. Again, GC Aura have really been trapped in these corners a lot in this game. It's been occasionally able to find that long clear down the field, and do they generate any offense out of it? Right now, TSM kind of all stuck in this corner. Alpha comes up empty. Tigre was going for the block all the way. Metza and Alpha have a little bit of a spat about who should have the ball, and that means Extra has a chance at it.
And that little play there, that was a result of Remco accidentally ran into Metsonaris for a split second. They both got out of position just slightly, but still that was exploited. And now the follow-up shot, Metsonaris.
Kind of out of nowhere, too.
Overpowering the defense of GC Aura.
Just Ocelon having to wait because Alpha driving in front couldn't get out to that ball, and Metza just rushing the ball down and a strike out of the corner. I mean, what are you going to do?
You'll love to see that out of TSM now. Talking up a big game for Alpha, saying that someone needs to step up. And Metsonaris getting there quickly, overpowering the defense, but now he's slow to that challenge. Tigre go for the center ball.
Oh. Ocelon probably trying to go for the touch off the backboard. At least that's what Extra was thinking was about to happen. Resulted in getting a bit too close there. Not able to react in time to the touch that came right to him. Alpha soft tap, wanted a flip reset down to Metza, who's just going to command this down in, back on his own half to buy a few moments for Remco to get back. Tigre into the middle, Ocelon threatening a demo on the goal line, meaning GC Aura slowly trying to really push TSM out of position, but just that speed from TSM has definitely upped itself, because it feels like they win most of the challenges.
Yeah, we just saw Alpha get to that ball before Ocelon. Both had about equal time to react. Alpha just that much quicker.
Alpha off the sidewall. Ocelon going to drop this down. Second chance effort towards the net. Remco didn't believe him, and he will get punished for it. 2-2.
You know, it's possible Remco thought he might be going in for a flip reset, but no, Ocelon just goes right for the shot, and Metsonaris couldn't get to it in time, and Ocelon tying this one up.
A lot of faith in Metza to come up with that touch. Unfortunately, empty-handed results in a tying goal to pass into the middle off the kickoff. Ocelon goes to the block. Tigre has to wait his turn and see what comes of this. And Remco will let Alpha find a gap in the midfield. Dribble play. Off the side for Remco. Stretching towards net. Awkward ball. Extra with not a lot of speed. Still gets a lot of power on the clear. And well executed from GC Aura to get it out of a weird spot.
And probably want Remco to just put that on target. Perhaps force an awkward ball on the rebound.
Ooh, nice little chip from Ocelon to throw TSM. And that means TSM going to have to battle for possession on their half as time winds down to overtime in game 2. Back to the middle. Remco wants the boost first. Means Ocelon gets the ball, and Metsa will slap it down. So, it's 2 overtimes in a row. Alpha delivered the game winner last time. And GC Aura summing up another beautiful shot.
So keep your eye on Alpha. He has been that...
Oh, yes, they can.
Right as I say it, Alpha gets beat in the corner extra there off this pass from Tigre. Tigre had no boost, or hardly any boost, it seemed like, but no, he faked him out. Gets that pass in for extra, and extra 9 seconds in, getting the game winner.
That's a tough one to defend as well, because you're so reliant on that first line of defense in that scenario as it rolls around the back, and as soon as that misses it, Tigre's got the positioning behind the ball on that back wall to pop it right out, and the guy in the net's going to have almost no chance at that ball. And extra right there to deliver the finishing blow. Beautiful execution off the kickoff from GC Aura. They tie up the series 1-1. And all right, we got ourselves a series.
Yeah, I mean, they're not disappointing. GC Aura, they were so close to taking game 1 and then taking game 2 just a few seconds in. And then this play, this was a result of a mishit on defense. Metanaris and Remco, the confusion on the wall. And then here, Tigre just getting it past Alpha, the perfect pass out to Extra, and Extra finishing the job. Fist bumps all around.
Big grin from GC Aura. It's got to feel good to come out with a solid win in game 2, even up the series. Lets a lot of pressure off, you know. Still an important match here in game 3 to put yourself on match point, but...
And confidence is so key. You know, they did not hesitate whatsoever. You think back to the Ocelon goal, where he just immediately boosts back towards the ball for the second effort, beats out Metanaris. And that was only because he had 0 hesitation. He locked in on that ball, used up every ounce of boost, no indecision. And that was a big goal that allowed them to stay even, go into overtime, and then Extra finishing it out.
So the swing game here for both these teams. Who comes up with match point? And a lot of perceived value in going up 2-1, of course. But I feel like there's even more perceived value in not going down 0-2. Because it's just the mental mountain of having to win 2 games straight is much easier.
Yeah, the thinking that you have to reverse sweep, it's tough.
Metsa not able to come up with a touch on his own corner. Ocelon off the ceiling. Let's go for the pass, actually towards the net. And easily defended by Alpha, up early for it.
Yeah, he didn't really have many options there due to his boost level. Had to hit that right away, otherwise he'd have just been floating down.
Metsa will leave it for Alpha. Gets it through Ocelon towards the corner. Trying to scoop it out, much like Tigre did to end the game at the end of overtime in game 2. Around the wall, Alpha will let this over his head for Remco. And making sure to put that well around the attacking player.
You can see Ocelon just jumping that towards that.
Pass around, Metsa, tough spot. Tigre applying pressure, and nice tip from Metsa above the net. Alpha and Remco kind of running into each other a little bit. But Alpha is actually going to win this race. Extra just able to get a piece of that ball. Metsa once went out into the middle, but not able to take it away from the defense. Remco to buy time. Metsa going to stretch for it towards the net and tipped again by GC Aura.
And that was a good thing Extra had a full tank of boost there. He had originally misread that ball. It leans back to just try to get to it in time and ended up making the play on it. But he has no boost here.
Nice composure from Extra to win that challenge, but the bump in the net secures the open goal for Alpha 54, and TSM on the board first.
Extra wave dash and trying to get there. He does win the challenge, but it was right to Alpha. Couldn't get the bump on Alpha. Then you see Remco just nose diving into the final defender, and Alpha getting the goal, but Remco doing a lot of the dirty work.
And it really was a nice job from Extra. That ball coming off his backboard, just commanding that next challenge to not concede a goal immediately was well executed, but TSM just too advantageous of a position, but GC Aura trying to get it right back, pings off the bar, and nobody home to try and follow up. Tigre wheeling back around is just too slow. And GC Aura will have to try their chances elsewhere.
The good challenges from GC Aura here in the corner to keep this ball in. Remco, not much to work with here. See what GC Aura can do.
Towards the net, just missing the double tap. Out to the side, Remco actually a bit slow to this one.
Well, he was just sitting on the corner boost. He still has nothing in the tank, so he lets him take the hit so he can get that full boost.
I can explain that. And actually, TSM have worked themselves out of their own half. For a moment here, Assalan looking for extra on the sidewall. Out into the middle, Metz and Alpha actually both jumped at that. Nice read from Extra. No boost in his gas tank as well. Tigre not taking as much time as he potentially could have with this ball. We'll see if it comes back to haunt them. Alpha soft tap towards the corner of the net, almost able to find the block. Out into the middle, he's going to chip this one again off the wall. Assalan just able to get a piece. Attacking TSM, still turned aside right at the end.
Good speed from Remco getting to that ball. TSM having some promising attacks, but GC Aura stopping them in their tracks.
Popped across, free ball for Metza. And he hands it right over to Tigre. Hard cut away from the demo opportunity, and that really is all you can do if you're Metza in that spot. Just handed away the possession, try and take it away with a demo, and now he's got to battle for it right in front of his net. So close off the backboard, Tigre will turn one in.
And this is that relentless attack. Tigre in the corner last time, and we saw Extra with the challenge. Ball just bouncing everywhere, and Tigre shooting it right on target. Remco got a sliver of the ball, but not enough to keep it out. GC Aura like a pest, a thorn in the side of TSM, refusing to just let them go.
Metza wants it off the backboard. Remco's going to dive out of the way for Alpha, going for the block. It'll tip high again. Remco into the corner. Metza and Alpha getting dangerously close to each other. Communication going to be important for TSM. They spread themselves back out, dodging the demo. Metza with no boost. He's going to need help, and it will come in the form of Remco.
I mean, Remco tried to chip it over the coming player, but he just couldn't get it over. But still, TSM managing to get the clear.
GC Aura definitely not done on the attack yet. It's going to be a tough bounce, and welcome Metz and Norris off the backboard. A huge clear, and actually right towards Alpha, towards the middle of the net. Easy save for Assalan. Redirect chance for Alpha. Chips it up, and nobody home for TSM. Free clear for GC Aura. Wants the top right corner. No problem, Remco. 20 seconds left. Game 3, important. Give yourself the security of having 2 games to win 1. Extra lifted up field. Tigre gonna bail. Wants to reposition to maybe have a chance. It'll be Alpha towards the net, bouncing around. Remco slots it under. They go for the weak touch, and 1 second on the clock. GC Aura fall apart.
And Alpha just not giving up on this play. He saw Extra coming in to get that hit. Knew he just needed to pass that off the backboard, and Remco doesn't let him down with 1 second left on the clock. Remco putting in that go-ahead goal.
Toughest kickoff right here for GC Aura. It actually works out quite well. Extra just can't reach it. Almost had a chance at it, but TSM survived. And it was just 1 counterattack is all TSM needed.
And Remco being in the right spot. He saw Alpha doing work over there, just refusing to give up on the play, staying with the ball. That last play, Alpha just stayed with it with three defenders all around him. He's surrounded by enemies. He knows just 1 touch out to the middle. That could be it, and he delivered. And Remco just putting that shot low is a good thing because the defenders had that higher angle covered.
Yeah. And this was just that wonderful bump from Remco to open the door for Alpha. And then here, a solid equalizer, just playing the wall off TSM, constantly putting it into those holes on the backboard. But then you see all of GC Aura just congealed right next to each other as they rotate back, and nobody has a good spread to deal with that bounce off the corner. And like you said, Alpha just pressing through and just dug the ball right out.
Yeah, and then Remco, I thought, had a step-up performance this game, getting that bump.
Yep.
And then also that final goal, keeping the ball low. So we'll see if TSM can continue to keep everyone involved, as they are 1 game away from moving on to day 3.
And GC Aura, of course, They haven't been, the easiest pickings for TSM, despite how well they played versus Reciprocity. Thought, all right, maybe Alpha will just come in and take over the game. And I will say, I think Alpha has been definitely the most valuable player in this series, winning a lot of challenges, big key possession changes.
Oh, absolutely.
Advantageous position.
Even the last play that we just saw was just his speed, getting there, getting that pass fed over to Remco. But I mean, even if you lose this series, that's not going to be it. Alpha, however, doesn't want to take any chances as he keeps control, pops that one off his hood to Metza. Metza, strong hit, and we saw a double commit, but it doesn't matter as long as you hit the shot, and Alpha certainly does that.
It was all because Aslan just was stretching for that ball off the corner, just didn't have the boost to go out and get it. Now GCR find themselves in the hole again early on.
But as I was saying, even if you lose this series, you're not out just yet. You go down to play the Peeps for a chance at day 3.
Alpha through the midfield. Pressure being applied by TSM. Remco actually wins the ball, but they're going to run away. I stand corrected. Alpha turned around for that, despite one of his teammates getting demoed. Could have been dangerous, but it paid off. Nice delayed challenge from Aslan. Regrettably not into the net, but executed well nonetheless. Aslan pushed towards the backboard. Shot on target. Metza there for it. Here comes Tigray. Pass to the right. Nobody there. Actually slides behind the defense. Aslan wants 2. Remco and Metza Alpha. Everybody getting ready to jump at that ball on TSM.
And you just see how fast GCR is to just turn and keep the attack going. It looked like Aslan was out of the play. And now the shot coming out from Extra off the pass from Aslan. And we see the demo as well, but Aslan, everyone getting involved on this play. Extra securing the deal.
He's been putting in a ton of goals for GCR overall. He's got 4 so far. He's done some good offensive work. Aslan trying to catch one off the kickoff. 2 taps for Extra into the middle for Tigray and put another one on the board for him.
And Tigray, he was just waiting for his chance, waiting for a mistake, waiting for a rebound, and we see Alpha clear it right to Tigray.
Just great understanding.
Absolutely. I mean, he knows that you can just tell by the way a player's approaching a ball where they're going to hit it. Tigray had his eyes on Alpha the whole time. Alpha probably not looking at Tigray, probably just focusing on the ball.
At that point, it's a matter of timing. And Tigray nailed it. Metza uncontested, long clear up to Remco. Drop down in the middle, tough play for Alpha to make. We'll set it back up for Metza. Stretching off the backboard, comes right down in front of the net, and Remco and Alpha trying to figure out who's going to take the shot. They kind of can't get right back in front of it and drop it in, despite GC Aura having nobody up to challenge that ball coming straight down. Remco sets one up for Alpha towards the back wall. Tough play. Helping hand from Remco. Top of the net and get crisscrossed. GC Aura can't hang with that.
And this was tough. Even Alpha thought it might just kick straight back, but no, it goes down. Remco actually hits it after it bounces on the ground. So a tough read to make, but Remco just turning his car absolutely vertical. Times it just right and slides that one in under the top shelf.
Aslan, poke towards the wall. Metza adds a little speed. Tigray in a good spot for it. Nice challenge from Remco. Extra taking great care to get that ball across the net quickly and trying to pop it above the goal mouth. Lifted towards TSM's net. Everybody decent spread of the pitch, but TSM actually might be a little bit low on boost. Metza and Remco both just dove at the same one. That means he can't do anything about this, and Ocelot plays him well. Drops it under 3-2 GC Aura.
And you just have to have a better defensive touch than that. Remco leaves a lot to be desired on that play. Just killing the ball right out in front of net. You cannot do that. That mistake cost him. TSM now down with only 1 minute, 55 seconds left on the clock.
It really did go all the way back because Metza and Remco both went for that same corner boost. And unfortunately, it did appear like Remco was the one to come up with it. And he just didn't make the strong play. And now they find themselves down a goal with about a minute and a half remaining, and they need an equalizer to avoid a game 5 and potentially a second loss to GC Aura. Remco popped into the middle. Metsa not able to get that one under the crossbar. Alpha trying to keep the pressure going. Tigre first one to it. Not able to win the ball, however, and Ocelon will make sure it gets out of harm's way.
And Metzenars just failing to attack the net. That was another good shooting opportunity. Didn't even force a save, just doesn't put it on target. And you have to get those on net. You really do, because it can force those rebounds that you can score off of. But unfortunately, Metzenars not able to hit that.
Alpha, speedy challenge. Trying to turn Extra off the ball. Actually gets Remco the first touch on the wall. And just wheeling around as he keeps trying to take that corner boost there and keep this pressure on GC Aura. Lobbed upfield. Alpha, not the strongest touch, will just use a ton of boost to try and track this down and get TSM going the right direction. Popped into the middle, Extra not really able to make a good touch. Remco's a bit too far away, and Ocelon will really slow the play down here, make sure they hang on to it. Metza, great demo.
And Metzenars, he was already going top speed. He was out of boost. And we almost see Alpha with some wizardry follow-up from Metza. Alpha turning for it.
Oh, what does he do with this one? He's driving to the right side. Remco was going for the bump. Tigre diving across. Great stop. And they pop it around.
Oh,
and that is disaster for TSM. They tried to send the house. GC Aura hang on. 4-2. We're going to game 5.
And Metzenars losing that challenge horribly. That's about as bad as you can lose one. Tigre with the breakaway goal. And GC Aura, like you said, achieves. They are forcing game 5.
Barring a miracle, which I doubt. Alpha as good as, oh my goodness. Okay. If that went into the net, I was about ready to eat my words. But game 4 will come to a conclusion. GC Aura handled the pressure well. Again, a couple miscues on defense from TSM. And
we've seen that quite a bit today. I mean, even in the last game, Metzenars and Remco, the confusion on the back wall that led to the goal. Even this game, Remco, that poor touch that just set the ball up for an easy goal. Metzenars not getting that challenge, losing the challenge, and it leading to that breakaway. So it really is, a lot of it is coming down to Metzenars and Remco. These guys on defense not being on the same page. And we'll see if they can clean that up. GC Aura, on the other hand, they're forcing these mistakes out of TSM so quick to the ball, making them have to make these decisions quickly. But still, you know, you cannot make those types of mistakes on defense.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to me because I feel like TSM is definitely the better team, but they have made far fewer mistakes than GC Aura, and that's why I feel this has played out the way it has. It's just like TSM are making the mistakes that cost them goals.
Well, it's just the all-out attack that GC Aura is putting on. You know, these guys all feel comfortable with where they are in the rotations. They're attacking the ball quickly, turning on the ball. We even saw Ocelon turning on that play very quickly to keep the attack going. Whereas for TSM, a little bit more passive. And also on top of that, Metzenars and Remco getting in each other's way a little bit.
Not helping.
Yeah, it's not helping. So, you know, I don't even know if TSM looks like the better team now. It looks like TSM is just winning because Alpha has just been playing so well. But GC Aura, all three of them contributing equally, getting these wins. And now they are just one game away from a spot in day 3.
Well, either way, it comes down to 5 minutes on the board. And who comes up with more goals? So Extra trying to start things off down at Ocelon. Tough play to make for Remco. Sets up Alpha, launches one towards the net, and Tigre. A well-executed tap into the corner on a tough ball to handle. Taking great care to make sure they don't make a poor touch. GC Aura willing to sacrifice power for making sure they get the right touch. Tigre stole the ball off the middle, and Alpha. Quality save coming out from him, and Extra will deny the chance for a shot out of the corner. Ocelon can't quite find the net. Pass off the wall and defended by Remco. Will never make it to midfield. Extra to delay TSM's push out of their own half. Metza to send it right back.
You know this is no fluke. GC Aura, you know, it's making it look easy up to this point, taking down multiple European RLCS teams. Now having to take down TSM yet again.
Extra, soft tap, back wall. Here comes Ocelon, won't have a shot at it. Remco can't come up with a touch, leaves it for Metza though. That means Extra, strong clear off the wall. Ocelon stretching. Can he find two off the wall? If a miss happens, Metza won't even let him think about it.
And the last time these guys met, it also went to game 5 a chance.
Remco and Alpha double commit, causing Metza to have to make a tough stop. Now Remco has to wait, and Alpha bails him out. Great touch to safety. TSM again, some miscommunication costing them a dangerous scoring opportunity.
But we see a double commit on the other end now. Metzenaris getting a small touch on that ball, but the onslaught from GC Aura, TSM, gotta wonder how long can they hold this together?
You said all-out attack, and they're definitely showing it right now, trying to find some demos in the net. Alpha has really been a saving grace, finding these long clears to get TSM some much-needed distance. That's just missing the redirect. Remco to himself on the corner. Tigre is going to try and take that away. Alpha to recenter. Hard tip towards the back wall, and already waiting is Ocelon.
And great control from Ocelon. Not only does he stop that backward bounce, but he retained possession.
Brought it down with him. Valuable tool.
Yeah, and it's just showing the confidence and the calmness that GCR is displaying.
Extra. Gonna wait his turn here. Again, kind of a strange ball for Remco to handle, but he does nicely to get that all the way across and get some space between his net and GC Aura. This is for everybody. Caught in a tough spot. Alpha, great tip towards his corner.
And it looked like Metzenaris had faked out Remco. He was trying to leave the ball because he had no boost and go for the boost in the middle. Remco also cheated up, and they also bumped each other as Metzenaris was trying to get back.
And a lot of bumps happening right now in the TSM net. GC Aura just hammering them with literally everything. Shots, cars, boost steals. Just trying to block any opportunity for TSM to break out of their own half. Ocelon, cut right, Extra. Not able to find the ball again. TSM still struggling to find the merest hint of possession.
It's true. Metzenaris going for those challenges, just not able to get there in time. Every time, GC Aura beating him to the ball.
Tigre takes a cross away. Alpha with a chance to finally maybe do something, and even that sniffed out. Extra applying pressure. Now Ocelon bouncing around the wall. Alpha has to let it go. Extra actually waiting his turn. Tips that high. Tigre towards the net. Metza and Remco both dive at it, but still out to safety. Is this what TSM need? Now it's one-on-one. Metza stuck with Ocelon. Maybe too much of the cut. Remco diving out of the corner. Nice save for TSM, and my goodness, did they need that clear.
And that was scary for TSM. Remco had just bumped Alpha. He had no boost. He had to immediately turn. He got back just in the nick of time to get that save.
So TSM get out of the tempest that GC Aura had him in. Remco tipped to the ceiling. Alpha not the greatest read. Still finds the ground pinch and cuts it out to the corner just to maybe get something on offense going before we're already almost at overtime. I don't even remember where all the time went.
Oh, and you can see Metzenaris wanted to come up for that ball, but Alpha got an unforeseen hit, and he had to retreat.
Tipped out sideways. Tigre just trying to hang on to possession. It'll be a difficult ball to try and hold on to here, though. Alpha's just waiting towards the net. Remco's going to try and track it down, and they will let it fall. Overtime again for Game 5, and the winner goes to Day 3.
Yeah, we had overtime in the first 2 games as well. Lots of overtimes in this series. And now this is it for the series. Next goal takes it.
Into the middle, Tigre. Denied by Remco, trying to push out past the midfield line. Nice demo from Ocelon on Metza. Gives Alpha no options but to try and hang on to the ball himself. Great bounce for TSM, but nobody in position for it. Means Ocelon gets a free double tap down into the TSM corner. Command taken by Alpha and just drives it across the back wall. As GC Aura again trying to set up, build the campfire, and get the marshmallows out. That's what regulation felt like.
And it just seems, Alpha was the only one up there challenging. So much passiveness from TSM.
And even still, they're kind of really struggling. Who's going to take this ball? And that just means extra time for GCR to grab boost and get in position in the midfield. And now it's out to Tigre, ripped towards the net, and Alpha, who was off target, but safe than sorry, makes a stay. Metza looking for Remco. He's trying to bump Ocelon off the ball. Gets into the midfield. Extra trying to throw it back up. They need to command this ball if you're GC Aura. Nice tip into the midfield. Remco to steal it away. Tigre, tough challenge, and somehow wins the ball over everybody on TSM. Will shunt Remco out of the way. And Metza just trying to buy a few moments for TSM to get reset.
Remco can't make contact on that ball. Alpha backing him up. That ball up in the air. Metza should be first to this one.
Great pinch from Tigre. Take all that offense away from TSM. Don't let him set up. Extra was trying to get around it for the shot on target. But now it's Alpha back the other way. TSM needs some type of sustained pressure. Otherwise, they're definitely going to fall here into the middle. And that will be Metza Norris trying to end it right there. No dice. Metza around the corner, and they have to bail. There's nothing in the tank for anyone.
That was a scary moment there for GC Aura. Just a brief moment of vulnerability. They still hold on. But that demo from Metza Norris could slow down the attack.
Chance for Extra. Remco was caught floating over to the far side, but again, off the mark. The shooting, the downfall of GC Aura so far. Chance for Metza off the backboard. Second chance, off tap and off the mark. Popped around and nobody there. Remco too slow, comes up empty. That could have been it. And they'll have to wheel back around towards the back post. And that's off the mark too. It's disaster for TSM.
Metza Norris just was playing 3 posts there. Going for crossbar, both posts.
Trifecta of sad.
And that was their chance.
Metza, soft tap into his corner. Welcome pinch from Remco. For some breathing space. Here's Ocelon. Goes for a bit of a change-up shot. Soft tap towards the net. Tigre wants the far post, and no problem. Coming off the backboard for TSM. Extra to continue pressure. Bouncing off the wall, trying to find a gap. There's Ocelon, and Alpha gets a hand on it.
Now, on the other end, TSM, they've had chances, they've had opportunities, they haven't come up with them. GC Aura looking to strike, looking to get that upset over TSM.
Great read from Extra. Alpha forced to make a second effort at it. Telegraph touch from Alpha. And finally it slides through, but nobody in position for TSM. Goes right around the back of the GC Aura defender. And now Extra trying to just poke this ball around the TSM defense. Tigre is forced to wait all the way on his own half. Here's Alpha on the dribble. Shimmy shake, cut right, cut left towards the net. Extra will tap it to safety. Thought maybe if anyone was going to do it, it would be Alpha, but well composed on the line was Extra.
I mean, he did beat that first defender, but not enough of a flick to get by the second. And this is for day 3, a day 3 appearance on the line.
Down to Ocelon, softly into the net. 3 men up for TSM. And Metza, thankfully able to follow up the ball. Lifted towards the backboard of GC Aura. Tigre out to the side. Ocelon not able to get the best touch on the ball. Means Alpha has a chance on it. Extra. Over 1. Remco, great layered support. Great bounce for Alpha here. He's taking his time, trying to get all the way around it. Into the middle, and Ocelon will push that out. Metza to keep the pressure up for TSM, but Extra will push it down. Remco wants one towards the net, actually off the wall, and Tigre will pop it to safety.
Now TSM inching closer to that goal. Ocelon, who was just well positioned, expecting that shot from Alpha. Now a demo. Alpha is going to extricate himself from the play.
Game of Rocket League for free, over 5 minutes. Tigre had a chance to end it towards the top of the net. If he got a hand on it. Remco's late to the ball, still gets a piece, and Alpha 2-on-1. Extra caught a lot of it, though. That made that play much easier for Alpha to make. GC Aura had a 2-on-1 scenario with a pass if they brought the ball down. Off the backboard, here comes Extra towards the middle, and Alpha off the back wall. Nice save. Stolen away by Tigre in the midfield. Extra stretching. Nobody able to come up with clear possession, but it's an open net, and Tigre making it back just in the nick of time. No boost in the tank. Control is so important here through one defender. Did he buy enough? Yes, he did. There's Ocelon. Pressure being applied by Remco, trying to find that bump on the back wall. Metza into the corner. And again, TSM denied an opportunity.
But I like what I see from Remco, always looking to go for that disruption, that bump. We've seen it pay off before. TSM just need that one goal, but GCR holding on tight.
Nice challenge from Remco. Out in the middle, Metza. Again towards the backboard, and slowly but surely, TSM have finally worked themselves out of a death trap on defense, and at least started the possession going back the other way in some form.
And you can just feel the tension, feel the pressure as we approach that 7-minute mark of overtime. And that idea there, Remco saw Metz out in the middle, but now Alpha.
Fake.
Oh, Alpha!
And denied!
Extra on the back line, a heroic stand, and now Ocelon gonna put this off the backboard. Metz gets the read, but has to put his life down for it.
And again, Alpha takes it slow. Ocelon so close to being caught too far forward. Delicate tip into the corner. And GCR, a sigh of relief. Remco to Alpha, and that turned away.
What a save that was from Extra. Alpha almost getting that impossible read.
And Tigre just wants to dribble as far as he can. This is dangerous. Alpha will bail Metz out. Ocelon was slightly too far away from the play, and Alpha will tip one around. And great recognition there from GCR not to panic in that spot as the ball was floating slowly across the goal mouth. Remco towards the wall. Alpha not there. He's going to be in another 2-on-1, and he dives over the attacking Tigre, and that is pushed towards net. Metz out into the corner. TSM also well composed.
8 minutes now have elapsed. And it seemed like Alpha had it in the bag, but Extra was standing tall.
Tip into the middle, TSM. Lifted high. Nice stop from Tigre. Ocelon gonna have a tough day staying with that. Extra. Needs a second touch. Metz not on target, and Remco just trying to keep things going for TSM. Will have to bail here. This is where TSM have run into trouble with communication. Nice dribble from Ocelon. Tries to slow it down and go by 2. Double commit, but Extra actually takes a very aggressive push going back into the attacking TSM players instead of over his shoulder into the open part of the field.
Well, he didn't want to give them any space because there were 3 TSM players there. If he gives up any space, he would put himself vulnerable for a bump or a demo. He knew he had to just turn quickly as his teammates were on the retreat.
Tigre won the midfield boost, and actually Remco caught in a weird spot. He was expecting his teammate to come up with it. They try and let it roll into the goal mouth, and Alpha just in time. And Remco is actually the one credited with the save. But Metza down in the corner, and I thought that was it for TSM.
They are playing on the blade of a knife right now. No room for error. That one so close to going in, and now
no room for
Metza
error.
and Remco, but Remco still recovers.
And now Extra will rip another one towards the backboard. Alpha, strong touch towards his own corner. Lifted off into the GC Aura half. Tigre, again, trying to find these strong clears off the wall. Remco trying to get it out into the middle. Here comes Metz, rips one towards the net. Extra will make it. Beautiful save. Tigre trying to avoid a demo, but they're not done yet for TSM. Alpha keeping the pressure going. Extra will lift it upfield for Ocelon. Actually will be able to have time and to bring it all the way down and deny the boost. Demoed for his troubles, and that means Extra won't have the time to close the gap. 10 minutes of overtime.
Enemy of the state for TSM right now is Extra. He has blocked everything out in a demo on the back line. Metza, last bet.
Tigre delivers the game winner. It took 15 minutes and 8 seconds. Hugs all around, and GCR are going to day 3.
And that has to